How do you know your alternative when you enter a negotiation? Firstly, I believe that alternatives are highly important because if you don't have alternatives, you're basically playing a poker game with a very weak hand. And as they say in the Navy SEAL, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So we want to have at least 2 options. My preferred way to do it actually is, let's say I'm trying to do a fundraise for my company or a funding raise, or let's say I want to sell a company. The way to do it is to put a deadline a few weeks in advance, sometimes even more than that, and publish this deadline to all the interested parties. In this, let's say, October 1st at noon, we're going to have an open day in our boardroom where we're going to expose all our books, our numbers, everything, and and everybody who's interested in submitting an offer is welcome to come at this day, and offers will be accepted until the end of that day. What this creates is a pressure, basically, of all the interested parties to come in a single day. They see each other. They see that they are not the only one in the game. So that creates FOMO, fear of missing out. And it also creates a much better dynamics for us. Now, let's say I'm not following this procedure and I want to raise money for my company. So I meet one investor here and then one investor there. I meet them as they come. Each investor understands that there's no pressure because there's no alternative offer. There's no FOMO here. And investors are always interested to buy time because by buying time, they are buying actually optionality. They will be able to, there will always be an ability for them to invest at a later date if there's no other players in the game. So they would prefer to just sit, hold out, and see what happens. But if I'm putting a deadline 3 weeks in advance, and I'm going to say at that particular week, let's say, I'm going to meet investors. So every, let's say, inbound request from an investor to meet, I say, thank you, write down, we're heads down working on product. We'll be doing we're doing a fundraise on the 3rd week of October. Happy to schedule a date for that week. And then you basically aggregate all your meetings for the same week and you create much better dynamics for you to optimize your chances for A, sealing a deal, and B, sealing it on better terms.